Hey y'all, Shabbat Shalom. Don't sit down yet, Brendan. I'm gonna ask Brendan to come up here and light Shabbat candles for us. That's on page 120 of your prayer books. Thanks, Brenda. All right, y'all, moving now to page 128 of your prayer books. Hine ma tovu manaim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manaim, shevet achyot gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achyot gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manaim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manaim, shevet achyot gam yachad. We now continue with Lechad Odi, which you can find on pages 138. And tonight we're going to recite paragraphs 1, 5, and 9. Lechad Odi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Hishmi anu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem l'teferet v'lethilah. Lechad Odi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lechad Odi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, Kiva ore kumi ori, uri, shir daberi, Kevod Adonai elega negila. Lechad Odi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lechad Odi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Please rise. Boi v'shalom ateret bal'a, gam b'smicha u'tzola, toch emunei am segula. Boi chala. Lechad Odi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likra kala. Pnei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likra kala. Pnei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likra kala. Pnei Shabbat nekabela. You may be seated. We are now moving to Shalom Aleichem on page 142 of your prayer books. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boechem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We now move to the Chatzi Kaddish on page 144. Yitgedal v'yitgedash shemei Rabbah, Be'elma divrach cherotei v'yamlik malchutei, B'chayechon uvyomechon, Ub'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, Bagala, Uvizman ka'ariv, V'imaru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach, Le'alam ulal me'al mayam, Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitbramam, v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar, v'yitale, v'yitala, Shemir Kedusha Barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'al miran be'almam, ve'imaru, amen. We now turn to the Baruchu on 146, and when you arrive there, I invite you to stand with me. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Baruchu et Adonai, Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai, Hamevorach, Hamevorach, Le'olam va'ed. Hamevorach, Hamevorach, Le'olam va'ed. You may be seated. Let's read the top of page 149 in the English together. Praise you, Adonai, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, hamariv aravim. And let's continue in the English and read the bottom part of 151 together. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. And what could be a truer token of your abiding love, this holiest of your works, in the living language that gives it form. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Moving to the Shema on page 152. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malachuto Leolam Avaed. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levacha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meyodecha v'hayu hadevarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinartam levarnecha b'divarta ba'am v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'decha havaderek u'shofbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uktaftam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha l'ma'an tizkeru v'atzitem et chol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'eloheichem ani Adonai Elohechem asher tziti etchem neretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Moving over to Micha Mocha on 158. Lie, 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 mi chamocha ba'alim Adonai, mi kamocha ne'dar ba'kodesh, no ra tehilot osei fele, no ra tehilot osei fele, lai 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 lie, 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 lie. Through the English together on top of page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us, and let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts. We may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, aparei sukat shalom, aleni ve'akol amo Yisrael v'Yerushalayim. 162 for Vishamru. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. B'nai Yuvain, B'nai Yisrael, B'nai Yisrael, Oti le'olam, V'shamru B'nai Yisrael, et ha-Shabbat. Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam barit olam. Ki shechet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam barit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam barit olam. Move over to the Amidah on page 164, and when you arrive there, I invite you to stand with me. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufiyah gita ilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufiyah gita ilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Ha'gibor V'Hanorah El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim V'Konei HaKol V'Zocher Chasei Avot V'Imahot V'Mevi'u B'nei B'neihem L'man Shemo B'Ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ezra Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mekayeh HaKol Atah Rav L'Yoshiyah Mashiach HaRuach U'Marid HaGashem Mechalkel Chaim B'Chesed Mechayeh HaKol B'Rachamim Rabbi Somech Noflim V'Rofei Chorim U'Matir Asurim U'Mechayeh Emunato L'Shanei Afar Michamocha Ba'al Geburot U'Midom Melach Melech Me'mid U'Mechayeh U'Masmir Yeshua V'Ne'eman Atah Ha'Leot HaKol Baruch atah Adonai Mekayeh HaKol. We will now continue silently until page 180. You may be seated whenever you like. Say shalom bimroma. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'yakol Yisrael. Ve'yakol yoshvei tevel. V'imru, amen. Say shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'yakol Yisrael. Ve'yakol yoshvei tevel. V'imru, amen. Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. 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 Okay, so what's the Torah? So this week's Torah portion is called Yitro because a big prominent part of this Torah portion is a guy named Yitro. So Yitro is Moses' father-in-law. And this isn't the first time, though, that Moses has encountered Yitro. Earlier, back when Moses ran away from Egypt because he killed the Egyptian slave, he runs and finds himself in the land of Midian, where he finds a well, and he meets his future wife, Zipporah. By the way, in the Bible, everyone meets their future wife at wells. It's just a whole thing there. Yeah, right, exactly. That's where you find them. And so Zipporah's father is Yitro. Now, what's fascinating about this moment isn't just the well. It's the fact that the Torah refers to Yitro as a Midianite priest, whatever that means. We have very little clues on the first encounter of what that could mean. But this is our second encounter with Yitro. And now, it's not just Moses, but all the Israelites have left Egypt. They've gone through the parted Red Sea, and they're essentially at Sinai. They're working their way there. They're pretty close at this point. And so they're sort of camping, and they're waiting. And when Yitro decides to come, and Yitro does something very interesting when he first gets to the camp, because he wasn't there right away. But he brings a burnt offering to Adonai. So Yitro knows how to do that. A Midianite priest knows how to offer a burnt offering to Adonai. That's interesting. But Yitro also comes and sees a problem. So Moses is exhausted. Moses is spending all day and all night arbitrating the Israelites' problems, right? There is no system of government yet installed. And so whenever there's a problem, they all go to Moses. Everyone goes to Moses. And no one's happy. There's a huge line to talk to Moses about their issues. And so Yitro comes up with an idea. He's like, Moses, find wise men who do good and who not take bribes, and put them and make them judges. Judges over the thousands, judges over the hundreds, over the 50s, and over the tens. And essentially what Yitro is doing here is he's creating a judicial system for the Israelites, which I just love. I love that there is a judicial system baked into our text here. I find that amazing. But Yitro says something else. It's super interesting. I'm going to read the quote to you. He writes, "Now I know that Adonai is greater than all gods. Yes, by the result of their very schemes against the people." So here, a Midianite priest, whatever that means, is claiming not only that they like Adonai, but also claiming that there are other gods out there. And our Torah, really our Bible, or Tanakh, it mentions other gods. Gods like Baal and Molech and Dagon and Asherah. And even Pharaoh is considered a god, somewhat, in the book of Exodus. So we have other gods in our Torah, which is hard to kind of vibe with, seeing how we're famously monotheistic, right? But the issue here is that we are what you would call exclusive monotheists. It's modern Jews are exclusive monotheists. That's not how we started out. As Israelites, I would say they were monolatrists, and monolatry is this idea that you believe in like an existence of many gods, but with the consistent worship of only one deity. And that's what essentially what Yitro is saying. He's saying, your God, it's a lot better than those other gods out there, this Midianite priest. So we do have like other Adonai worshipers that are not Israelites. Like, for example, in Deuteronomy, there's a statement that God says, you will be passing through the territory of your kin, the descendants of Esau, the Edomites who live in Seir. Though they will be afraid of you, be very careful not to provoke them, for I will not give you their land so much as a foot can tread on. I've given the hill country of Seir as a possession to Esau and the Edomites. So here we have an example of a non-Israelite group that have a relationship with Adonai. And so perhaps Yitro, a Midianite priest, also happens to have a relationship with Adonai. The problem is we know that not all Midianites have this relationship, because later in the book of Numbers, in the portion of Balak, the Midianites tried to convince the Israelites to be Baal worshipers. And so in that moment, apparently the Midianites are not Adonai worshipers. So we have a problem here, right? We have Yitro, the Midianite priest, who is apparently an Adonai worshiper, but we also have Midianites that aren't. There's a contradiction in our text right there. So I guess that leads to the question, does Yitro, the Midianite priest, represent a whole group of Midian Adonai worshipers, or is Yitro a priest for Adonai who also happens to be a Midianite? So what does the priest mean? I don't really know. The Torah doesn't give us much clues about that. But we do know that there are other specific characters in our text that are not Israelites that are Adonai worshipers, and they include Balak, Yael, Ruth, I would say even Esther and Mordechai. They're Persian, right? So they're not necessarily Israelites. And they worship Adonai, but they're not necessarily considered Israelites. So this is the complicated problem we have with Yitro. Now, the Torah has this awesome statement where it says you should welcome the stranger, right? That's very much, it's that the stranger has rights, and almost as much rights as any Israelite in your land. And I believe that right at this moment, the Torah is practicing what it preaches. That the Israelites may have a contract with Adonai through that covenant, but they don't have exclusive rights to Adonai. Israelites are not exclusive. Because I think what we're seeing here is that a diverse society is capable of inventing incredible things. The diversity is what's happening here. And so, like, for example, without a Midianite priest, we would not have had a judicial system in our Torah, which I happen to believe influenced Western civilization's judicial system that we have now. I think you could draw it back to the Torah, essentially. And so without accepting people who are not part of the Israelites, without doing that, then this wouldn't have been invented in the first place. And so I think what the Torah is saying here is that, like, diversity is good, that if we embrace it, new ideas come out of it that we could utilize to further our nation. Because as I say all the time, as I say is that this is a story about building a nation. This is a nation-building text. That's what Torah is. And to build a nation, you have to include diverse ideas. So I think, I guess, yeah. And my ending, point is that a successful nation is also a diverse nation. And that's what the Torah is trying to teach us. And I think that's the point of Yitro being a Midianite priest. That's my sermon. Okay.
You don't have to clap, it's fine. Anyone have any questions or thoughts? This is one I love, and so I'm happy to answer anything. I don't usually ask questions in sermons, but this is a moment where this is one of my favorite moments in the Torah. And ironically, the Ten Commandments is also in this portion, but that's not what I go to every time. It's always Yitro. I always love this guy. Yeah. I think they did, yes. I think that was a whole thing. Yeah, and then and like in this particular story, Moses is the one that helps move. Usually, there's like a big rock on the well, to protect it. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. But I think with Rebecca was the one that ended up moving it instead. So sometimes the lady does it. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's called a type scene, by the way. Thank you, Robert Alter, for that term. Yeah. So we have there's all kinds of type scenes in our Torah, and the type scenes is what I think makes the Torah a New York bestseller. I mean, so if a lot of the marriages that we see are arranged, right? So I mean, in that way they are. I mean, it seems like Moses happened to meet Zipporah, but Moses also marries a Cushite woman, which, by the way, Miriam does not like. So that also happens, and that seems arranged as well. So I don't know. I think it's kind of like 50-50 there. Yeah. Think of the well as like the meet cute. Yeah. It's like kind of like Hallmark love, love story. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks, y'all. If you have any, David, did you hand up for something? So Balaam's a good example too, because Balaam is a non-Israelite who opens his mouth to curse the Israelites, and what comes out is a song essentially that blesses the Israelites. So, and Yael, for example, is a mystery because she's in the book of Judges. She's not Israelite at all, and essentially a general that was killing a bunch of Israelites runs away, and she ends up killing him with a tent peg. We don't know why, but we know that she's not an Israelite, but she helps the Israelites. Yeah. So we have these moments where the Israelites receive lots of help from wise or, passionate folks. And I think it shows that not every Israelite is an Adonai worshiper, but we have more than Israelites worshiping Adonai. Right? Did I say that right? No, every Israelite is Adonai worshiper, plus some extras who are not. There we go. Thanks. Yeah, I got. Yeah. We don't know, right? So we have these glimpses of the Edomites, for example, but we also have other statements that say, but the Israelites will one day rule over the Edomites, and that does end up happening, especially with King Herod. So much later it does, but it's a mystery, right? Because the Torah is really focused on the relationship between Israelites and Adonai, and not necessarily as focused on what these other groups are. But it has all these hints, like with Yitro, that there are other people who are focused on Adonai as well. And it's a great point too, because King David's great grandmother is Ruth, who is not an Israelite, is in fact, I believe, a Moabite. And so David himself has an ancestor that's not Israelite. Yeah.
Meaning that they're implying that the point of divergence was long before
Sure. Yep.
Which is what I think that is also kind of being implied here by saying that there are other nations concurrent, like contemporary with the formation of the Israelite nation.
Yeah, yeah. And if you look at it from more of an archaeological perspective, it's really believed the Israelites are Canaanites. They're one and the same. They just came out of the Canaanite sort of, I don't know, mentality and decided to create their own cool thing, being Adonai worshipers instead of Baal worshipers. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for coming along with me on this one. All right, we're going to move back to our prayer books. We're on Elena, which is on page Misha Berach, on page 371 of our prayer books. In our own community, we're thinking about Ross Rumack, Frank Eriskin, Haley Goodstein, Micah Purdy, Susan Mermelstein, Kara Cliff, Josie Lemire, Eve Tigerian, Elliot Ravis, Diane Courtney, Gary Martin, Ginger Spiro, Jane Fortson, Sharona Zorit, Emily Zachariah, Herb Weichert, Cynthia Weichert, Valentina Karolova, Pat Victor, Jason Murrell, and Kit Astra. And if some of you are thinking about a need of healing, please feel free to say their names out loud or in your hearts. Misheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Okay, we now move to page 587 of your prayer books, and when you arrive there, I invite you to stand with me for the Elenu. Turn to page 591. We gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Love each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and we never lift up our hand to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity, and cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. V'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech kol haaretz v'yom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. We are moving now to 598 for our Mourner's Kaddish. And this week we're thinking about these yahrzeits: Samuel Goldman, Max Greenstein, Jean Gail Zander Martin, Ernest Nathan, Elizabeth Robinson, David Silverman, Solomon Simon. And we're also thinking about these folks as well. Thinking about Robert Ferguson, Bonnie Wright, and Connie Sanders. If there's somebody you're thinking about, please feel free to say their names out loud or in your hearts. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divra cheyote v'yamlik malchute, v'chayechon uvyamechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru, amen. Yehesh me rabba mevarak le'alam ulamei almaya, yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yibramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei kudusha barichu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleni v'yakol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleni v'yakol Yisrael v'imru, amen. The one who creates harmony and high, bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, amen. You may be seated. And then Roy is going to come up here and offer some announcements.
Thank you, Rabbi. You are all welcome here. You all belong here. Our evening services generally are 6 p.m. on Friday nights, except for the second Friday of the month, in which there's a Tot Shabbat at 6 and an adult service at about 7:15. Our Shabbat morning services and Torah study start at 10:30 every Saturday. So join us tomorrow for that. It's a lot of fun. We have good conversations, and they anyway. I do recommend them highly. Special classes. Judaism 101 is on the third Saturday of the month. Coming up this month will be the Jewish calendar, or Hebrew calendar. We have religious school on Sundays. At 9:30, there are Hebrew classes. At 10 o'clock, Shabbat Time Machine, trademark. And that's followed by classes for all ages afterwards, including an adult discussion, Shulchan Alimud group back there. So come and join that if you like. We have two weekday morning prayer service opportunities. Our Wednesday morning minyan is via Zoom only, and that's 8:30 to 9 in our regular Zoom room. And then Thursday morning minyan, also 8:30 to 9, but here in the synagogue only, followed by a trip to Kava Pancake House for those who might feel like enjoying a little bit more. Okay, our Board of Trustees normally meets third Wednesday of the month, but this month it is February 18th. Do I have that right? Is that the third? How do we get 3 in there? Oh, yeah, because the first day would be one. Okay, yeah, it's less than 3 weeks. So on the third Wednesday, yes. It's live in our library. It's also available via Zoom. All CBS members are welcome and encouraged to attend. There's always an opportunity for short comments from the publics. I'm not even sure public's the right word, from congregants. So please join in, see what's happening in our synagogue. We have something new that started just a week and a half ago, I think, Israeli dancing. And I did not make it, much to my chagrin. I thought so hard about it. Anyway, that is last Wednesday of the month. So come and join that. Was someone here at that time? Yeah? Was it a rockin' good time? Yeah. About 13 folks, okay. Yep, any age, any amount of skill, experience, including none. So come and.
Yeah, it started, any dance we start out, getting everyone kind of a little bit familiar. We start easy
So encourage you to do that. I'm talking to myself as well. I host an informal study group on Fridays, most Fridays after Oneg, for folks wanting to improve their ability to read the Hebrew in Latin transliteration on the left side of our prayer book. I might have a few minutes, but I won't have a long time this evening because I have to be elsewhere. But join me for that if you find that useful. Let me know during Oneg if you would like that. I've also been hosting a discussion group on Zoom on biblical archaeology and textual source criticism. You can find information on that in the Kol Shalom. Our next one is February 22nd. It's 1:30 p.m. on Sundays. And let's see. We also are in the middle of season 6 of Rabbi Oblath's Torah Uncensored. And the next one will be on, that's third Saturday, right? Is that right? I think it's the third Saturday. Again, check out the Kol Shalom on that. And special things. Oh, man, I've lost it. I'm going to have to find how to bring it up. Third Saturday also is the opportunity to literally help feed the hungry at Fairview Rec Center. They need help starting about 1 p.m. sorting through all the food that has been donated to make sure it still is fit for human consumption, and then it gets bagged in little bags that are then going to be handed to people who start queuing up in their vehicles about 2 o'clock. So if you haven't done that, I'd invite you to try it. If you've done it before, I'd invite you to do it again. Our Purim party is coming up soon. That's March 3rd. Is that a Tuesday?
Tuesday, March 3rd,
6 p.m. And it's Good versus Evil and K-pop Demon Hunters. So for those who want to, that might be costume. Anyway, costumes, whatever you want. There will be a fabulous Purim spiel, and a potluck. Yeah. So this is, and the Hamantaschen contest. So you all get to vote on that, which Hamantaschen are your favorite. Those of you so inclined to make Hamantaschen and enter the contest. So I'm gathering it's dairy, vegan, vegetarian, and vegetable like fish. Yes, okay. Yeah, that's where we draw the line. So bring something to share, come enjoy the spiel. I think this is the 4th year. We've had local drag performers. They've reorganized and restructured, and they have a slightly different name.
Yeah, they're called Drag for a Cause. They're called that.
Drag for a Cause? Okay, yeah. And I think it is so perfect for the Purim story. It's supposed to be in costume, over the top, and it will be. So, write your friends, family, and then one more thing, save the date if you haven't already. CBS's 5th annual campout at Trail River will be July 16th through 19th. And Cheryl Limbriani is the person to ask if you have questions, want to be on the list of people who say they're going. Check with Cheryl on that. Other things that I failed to mention?
Yeah, I got it. I'm going on vacation.
Oh, I heard tell, like 2 weeks or something?
It's like a week, yeah. I got everything covered but Thursday Hebrew, so everything should be going just fine except for Thursday Hebrew. So I have lots of folks covering for lots of reasons. And, I think I figured everything out.
Yeah, I am. Both Friday night and Saturday morning. And Devin is going to co-lead services on Friday night. And I'm tentatively going to reintroduce 2 of the tunes that the Mitra brothers used that we haven't used for a while. I've been listening to old ones going, oh yeah, I liked that one. So those of you that remember the Mitra brothers, you'll go, oh yeah, that's one of theirs. If you don't know, you might already know the tune anyway, even if you weren't here with the Mitra brothers. And if you won't, if neither one of those, it's something else to enjoy. something else. And, yeah. All right, other announcements? We haven't figured that out yet. All right, back to you, Rabbi.
I think. Let's conclude with some bim bam, all right? Here we go. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, cheery beery beery bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom.